Neymar is due in Paris to finalise his world record move to Paris Saint-Germain. The French club will pay his £198 million release clause at Barcelona, more than doubling the existing record of £93 million that Manchester United paid for Paul Pogba last summer.
Well, we understand the Brazilian has agreed a 5-year deal worth nearly £450 million, which will earn him wages of £515,000 per week after tax. Well, Neymar flew out of Barcelona on a private jet yesterday to finalise the deal after telling officials at the Nou Camp and his teammates that he was leaving. Well, Neymar arrived at Barca's training ground at 9 o'clock yesterday morning to announce he wanted to end his 4-year spell at the club. And he left 45 minutes later after being given permission to sort out his future.
The player, Neymar Jr., accompanied by his father and agents, informed Barcelona this morning of his decision to leave the club in a meeting held at the club's offices. Barcelona referred to the buyout clause of his existing contract, which as of the 1st of July totals €222 million, an amount which will have to be paid in full.
Una cláusula que tendrá que abonarse.
Well, Neymar and his entourage then boarded a private jet. His close friend Wagner Ribeiro expects him to be a PSG player by the end of the week.
Today we received the proposal. Yesterday I was in Paris and today we received PSG's proposal. They will pay the clause. It will be done in the next few hours. He'll be presented at the end of this week.
Also gut, jetzt vielleicht 3, jetzt kann es Barcelona vielleicht auch zahlen, wenn sie es nicht für was anderes brauchen.
There are 2 clubs in the world that can afford to pay that much. Maybe 3 if you count Barcelona, if they don't need the money for something else, and they are Man City and PSG. Everybody knows why that is. I always thought financial fair play was invented to make sure something like that can't happen, but obviously financial fair play is more of a suggestion than a real rule. I don't understand it, but that's not the next step. I believe, I hope, that it will remain an exception, but who knows?
For £200 million, I don't think he's expensive. I think he's expensive in the fact that now you are going to have more players at 100 million, you're going to have more players at 80 million, and more players at 60 million. And I think that's the problem. Neymar is one of the best players in the world. Commercially, he is very strong. And for sure, PSG thought about it. So I think the problem is not Neymar. I think the problem is the consequences of Neymar.
I think that if the 220 million in this moment is the market for one of the best players in the world.
Desperately want Coutinho. What you've been reading about, first of all, €100 million bid and now £100 million bid for Coutinho, these are factual. They want him. I have no idea how stern both Klopp and the owners are at Liverpool in saying no. But the man they want, although there are other names that may float in next, is Coutinho. Make no mistake about that whatsoever.
Barcelona be lining up the Monaco teenager Kylian Mbappe as his replacement? Well, according to reports in France, Mbappe has told the club that he wants to leave, and his representatives have already held a meeting with Barcelona officials. Mbappe trained with his Monaco teammates yesterday. Head coach Leonardo Jardim has dismissed the speculation.
Even over these last 2 days, Kylian has worked well. That's because he knows the most important thing is what happens on the pitch. That's normally what speaks for the player.
Every Liverpool fan I've spoken to is panicking. I don't think Coutinho's going anywhere. You look at Jurgen Klopp in his press conferences, he is absolutely adamant. He is not moving. Unless they sold him from behind Klopp, and he would probably walk on the club if they did, might get 150 million, but what's the point? You know, unless Klopp agreed and it was his choice, there you are. Look at that, 4-5 Barcelona. I think to stay at Liverpool 10-11 is a huge price.
Liverpool lost against Atletico Madrid on penalties today in the Audi Cup final. It's been a quiet summer so far for them. According to the bookies, they are 12-1. I believe, looking at this, they are 6th favourites to win the Premier League. 6th, is that about right?
No, I would have them above Arsenal.
Why?
Because, listen, going forward, Liverpool have just been so exciting, scoring so many goals, creating so many chances. For me, a lot more than Arsenal.
That was Liverpool in the start of last season, wasn't it?
Liverpool not. You're going to let me talk here, what?
What you're saying isn't right.
They're far better than Arsenal going forward. Both defences are completely and utterly suspect, and so that's why I've put Liverpool ahead of Arsenal.
Where would you put Liverpool?
Right there.
6th?
Yeah.
What about the fact they're better attacking than Arsenal?
Honestly, 11-1, 12-1, what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
I mean, there isn't much difference between the two, but neither one of them are getting near the title. Liverpool will add some flavour to the season, will add some flavour to Champions League, and then that's about it.
I'd have Liverpool in 6th only because I don't think either team has done that much in the summer, but at least Arsenal don't have Champions League
Arsenal didn't get in the top 4 last year, did they?
At least Arsenal don't have Champions League.
And Arsenal haven't signed anybody.
Well, Lacazette.
At least Arsenal don't have Champions League football.
Well, Liverpool signed Salah, so they've got one each. So all of a sudden, because they've got Lacazette, they're better than Liverpool.